Sannyasastu mahabaho. Sannyasastu mahabaho. Dukkhamaptumayogataha. Dukkhamaptumayogataha. Yoga yukto munir brahma. Yoga yukto munir brahma. Nachirena gachati. Nachirena gachati. Sannyasastu mahabaho. Dukkhamaptumayogataha. Yoga yukto munir brahma. Nachirena gachati. Merely renouncing all activities, yet not engaging in the devotional service of the Lord cannot make one happy. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay. There are two classes of sannyasis or person in the renounced order of life. The Mayavadi sannyasi of Sankhya philosophy and Vaishnava sannyasis engaged in the study of Bhagavatam philosophy, which affords the proper commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. The Mayavadi sannyasi also study the Vedanta Sutra, but use their own commentary called the Sharirika Bhashya, written by Shankaracharya. The students of the Bhagavata school are engaged in devotional service of the Lord according to Pancharatrika regulation, and therefore the Vaishnava sannyasi have multiple engagement in transcendental service of the Lord. It's not long for that. So, welcome for the sleeping program. Generally, Bhagavatam class, Bhagavad Gita class is like a sleeping program. Devotee sleep, தூங்கறதுக்காகவே இயக்கத்துல வச்சிருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு program, ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சி. Everybody likes to sleep. But devotees are somehow very expert. Nobody can do this in the world. பக்தர்களுக்கு மட்டும்தான் முடியும். They can sleep with open eyes. Right? And in between we will shake the head also, so that others will know that I am listening. But still, Kripa Prabhu udamattinga. Come, sit here, listen. Open your eyes, open your ears. Adin solli nariya order kudutittu poitar. So Recently we had a Narsimha Chaturdashi. Padan konja naalukku munadi mudinjadhu Narsimha Chaturdashi. It happened. One Maharaj told this example. How devotees listen in the class. Class la ella eppadi keppaanganu solli or Maharaj Narsimha Chaturdashi sonnaru. You know, a devotee came and there's a huge gathering on Narsimha Chaturdashi. Periya gathering irundhathu. And when the class started, then devotees started sleeping. Class thodanonu apdi meduva thoonga aarambichanga. So the speaker got very irritated. You know, front row is sitting and he's sleeping. Thoongumbodhu the speaker ku vandu romba kashtamaiduchu. So because he was explaining Narsimha Leela, the speaker started, roaring and increasing his voice. Apdi satthamala solla aarambichitaru. So whenever the speaker was roaring, he will wake up. Then again he will sleep. So he heard only two things in the whole class. Mottathile rendu dhaan kettaar. Rende vishayam dhaan. For in the 1 hour class, he heard just two statements. Baaki time alla was sleeping. Maybe he's from KL or something. Thungide irundha. The Maharaj, the person who was giving the class, he screamed, like when Narsingadev appeared from the pillar, Hiranyakashipu screamed, I know who you are. நீ யாருன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும் அப்படின்னு Hiranyakashipu கத்துனாரு. Then the devotee was like awake, listening to the class. Then Maharaj slowly reduced the volume. Again he slept off. Then after some time Maharaj again roared, even though you are in a pillar, I know exactly who you are. நீ தூணுக்குள்ள ஒளிஞ்சிருந்தாலும் எனக்கு உன்னை தெரியும். This man got awake again he slept off. So in the whole class he heard only two statements. ரெண்டே விஷயம் தான் கேட்டார். ஒன்னு, I know who you are. And the second one, even though you are in a pillar, I know who you are. இவ்வளவுதான் கேட்டார். The whole class. But this sound vibration is sometimes very heavy. Just penetrates, the Bhagavatam, that message, that Shabda, and the Bhagavadathனுடைய அந்த சப்தம் வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப பவர்ஃபுல்லானது. அப்படியே நம்ம மூளை, நம்ம கான்ஷியஸ்னஸ், மைண்ட், it will penetrate like that, That two statements were so heavy, அவ்வளவு பெரிய ரொம்ப important statement. This devotee started repeating that all the time. If you listen to a nice movie song, you'll be humming. You walk and people while taking a shower, they will hum. பாடிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. அந்த மாதிரி இவர் வந்து இந்த ரெண்டு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் வந்து அப்படியே வேத வாக்கியம் மாதிரி சொல்லிக்கிட்டே நடக்க ஆரம்பிச்சார். Wherever he walks, I know who you are. Wherever you, I know you, and though you are something like that. It became, he was so this thing, in the night also he will be sleeping. I know who you are. Right? It has become like that. And one day, when he was sleeping, a thief entered his house. ஒரு திருடம் மெதுவா இறங்கினார். ஓடெல்லாம் மாத்தி, he removed the tiles and he slowly entered. It was like coming down with a rope. அப்படியே கைத்தெல்லாம் பிடிச்சி வீட்டுக்குள்ள இறங்குறாரு. And this man was sleeping. He got, I know who you are. He got shocked. My God, this man is a siddha or a magician. He has got some special skill. How he came to know? He was so scared. அப்படியே பயந்துட்டாரு. என்ன பண்ணுற பெரிய மகாத்மாவா இருப்பார் போல இருக்கு. And the thief slowly slid inside the house. அப்படியே மெதுவா ஒளிஞ்சு வந்து ஒரு தூணுக்கு பின்னாடி ஒளிஞ்சிட்டார். He was hiding behind a pillar. After some time, this man again got up. Even though you are hiding in a pillar, I know who you are. The thief ran away from the house. Odiye poitan thiruda avladha. He thought this man must be a great mystic yogi. How he recognized, how he identified, that fellow ran away. So even though you are sleeping in Bhagavatam class, it is very good. Some benefit will be there, definitely. தூங்குனா கூட நல்ல விஷயம் தான், okay? But don't kick the neighbor. Lord, when he sleeps, that's also glorified how he sleeps. Bhagavan தூங்குறது கூட, there is a big shloka how he sleeps, right? It says, in the Vishnu Sahasranam there is a verse how beautifully Lord sleeps. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham. He sleeps, stylishly with one arm under his head and another arm on his knee, and with other two arms with lotus and chakra. He's ரொம்ப ஸ்டைலா தூங்குவாராம். ஒரு கையில தாமரை, ஒரு கையில கதா, தலைக்கு கை வச்ச அப்படியே beautiful he will be sleeping. நம்ம தூங்குறதெல்லாம் பார்க்கணுமே, கேவலமா. We sleep in very, very funny, awkward position, right? But when the Lord sleeps, even sleeping of the Lord is so beautiful. So we welcome you all for the sleeping session. So today's shloka very beautifully explains about renouncing. Tyagatta patti indha shlokam alagaga solludhu. I am sure you will not like the class. உங்களுக்கு இந்த கிளாஸ் பிடிக்கவே பிடிக்காது. Because it speaks about renunciation. எல்லாத்தையும் உட சொல்ற கிளாஸ் இது. Right? It is little hurting sometimes. Right? So, in this shloka, Krishna is explaining a real renunciant is a person who renounces things from heart. இதயத்தில் இருந்து தியாகம் பண்ணக்கூடியவர்தான் உண்மையான தியாகி. Like that, like Ekadashi day. Yesterday was Ekadashi. We are not supposed to eat grain. சாப்பிட கூடாது, தானியம். Whole day we will be thinking about grain. When I will pray to God. How can I eat grain? We are not supposed to eat grain, but we will be thinking about grain throughout the day. Anybody has got ulcer disease? Ulcer வியாதி தமிழ்ல என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னு தெரியாது. அல்சர் வியாதி யாருக்காவது இருக்கா? யாருக்குமே கிடையாது. Wow. We have healthy devotees. கை தூக்கல போல இருக்கு யாரோ. Right? See, we skip a meal, we skip our food, once a week or twice a week, or we don't take food at a proper time, we end up with ulcer. ஒரு நேரம் சாப்பிட மாட்டாங்க, ரெண்டு நேரம் சாப்பிட மாட்டாங்க, அப்படி சாப்பிட மாட்டாங்க, அல்சர் வந்துரும். But you go to Himalaya, you can see yogis, they don't eat for days together, they don't eat for sometimes week long, they don't get any ulcer. Himalayan யோகில வார கணக்குல சாப்பிடாம இருப்பாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு அல்சர் வராது. நம்ம ரெண்டு நேரம் சாப்பிடாம இருக்கோம், நமக்கு அல்சர் வரும். You know why? Why they are not getting ulcer, we are getting ulcer? Dr. Mandir, you are the right person to answer. Why we skip a meal once or twice and we get ulcer? But the yogis, they don't eat for weeks together. Sometimes, like Madhavendra Puri, somebody has to go and remind him, oh great sir, please come take your prasad. Then only he will take. Nobody reminds. Madhavendra Puri doesn't take food at all. சாப்பிடவே மாட்டார் மாதவ். யாராவது ஞாபகப்படுத்தணும். நமக்கு அப்படி இல்லை. அந்த டைமான டிங் இருக்கும். Right? Yes, Prabhu. Yes, very good. Jagat Saksi Prabhu ki real tyagi. Right? What happens? We skip a meal physically, but we don't skip a meal mentally. 12 o'clock, better eat and go. 12:30, definitely we should eat. What? Let's eat. What you do? That thought deposits the seed of disease. Na saapidla. Ayyo saapidla. Urumadiya cheyiranga. Ayyo indha moona saapidave illa. We skip the meal physically, but the meal is there in our mind. Yogis physically சாப்பிடவும் இல்ல, சாப்பாட்டை பத்தி மறந்தே போனாங்க. சாப்பிடணுங்கிற விஷயம் மறந்தே போச்சு. It's completely deleted from mind. Right? So the real renunciation is physical or in the mental level. Enga real renunciation? Mental. Two brahmacharis, they went to Kashi. They are supposed to cross Ganga Nadiya தாண்டி காசிக்கு போகணும். And on the bank they saw a beautiful young girl sitting and crying. ஒரு நல்ல அழகான பெண் உட்கார்ந்து அழுதுட்டு இருக்கா நதிக்கரையில. One brahmachari asked, why are you crying? Then she said, I have to cross the river, my mother is sick, I have to meet the doctor, no boatman today. இன்னைக்கு தோணிக்கா போட்காரனை காணோம், எனக்கு நதி கடை. She was crying, she was feeling very sad. So one brahmachari said, okay, you climb on my shoulder, I will swim you across. ஒரு brahmachari சொன்னாரு, ஏரிக்க தோள்ல நான் அந்த பக்கம் விடுறேன். So she climbed on the brahmachari's shoulder and the brahmachari, swiftly swam across. அந்த ஆத்த தள்ளி அந்த பக்கம் அந்த பெண்ணை விட்டுட்டார். The lady also said thanks and she went. நன்றி எல்லாம் சொல்லி போயிட்டாங்க. The other brahmachari, very bad luck. You touched the girl. அடுத்த பிரம்மச்சாரி ஆரம்பிச்சார் மெதுவா, தப்பு, நீ என்ன அந்த பொண்ணை தொட்டே. Okay, yeah, she was like suffering, I just helped her, forget it, I won't do it. Okay. அப்படின்னு நடக்கிறாங்க. After 5 minutes, it's very bad, you touched the girl. அப்படியே ஆரம்பிச்சார் ரெண்டாவது பிரம்மச்சாரி. So the first brahmachari, okay baba, I took her, I left her, come on, I will never repeat it in my life, okay? I'm sorry. Okay. Again they are walking, after 15 minutes, it's very bad what happened. So the first brahmachari got angry. I took the girl, I left her on the bank. You are still carrying her in your mind. நான் அங்கேயே விட்டுட்டேன், நீ மனசுல இப்பவும் தூக்கிட்டே நடக்கிற. Right? Who is the bad brahmachari? The person who carries. So renunciating things at the level of mind is very important than renunciating in physical level. உடல் அளவுக்கு தியாகம் பண்றதை விட மனதளவுக்கு தியாகம் பண்றது வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். எக்ஸ்டர்னலி we can take austerity. பிசிக்கலா எடுத்துக்கலாம், ரொம்ப ஈஸி. காலையில ஸ்கேல் ரூலர்லாம் வச்சு திலக்கெல்லாம் போட்டு அப்படியே ஷேப் எல்லாம் பண்ணி இட்ஸ் வெரி ஈஸி, ரைட்? பட் டூயிங் இட் இன்சைட் within us very complicated. So hearing the great souls, hearing glories of Mahatmas, this message will penetrate us. மகாத்மாக்களை பத்தி கேட்கறது, பாகவதம் கேட்கறது, இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். அப்படியே இதயத்துக்குள்ள ஏறி அப்படி ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிடும். Ting, when you go out, you will be glowing like that. You go back and see yourself in a mirror, you have a halo around your head. அப்படியே லைட் எல்லாம் you look very handsome. So Acharyas are explaining, hearing is categorized into three levels. இந்த ஸ்ரவணம் வந்து 3 விதமா பிரிச்சிருக்காங்க. Water drop on the flower, the mist, the dew on the flower, and water on a lotus leaf petal, and water inside the shell. There are 3 categories. இந்த காலையில பூவுல பனி துளி பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? early morning there will be dew on the flower petals. அது ஒண்ணு. ரெண்டாவது தாமரை இலைக்கு மேல தண்ணி இருக்கும். There will be water on the lotus petal. And the third is water drop inside the shell. So hearing is classified into 3. கேட்கிறது வந்து 3 விதமா பிரிச்சிருக்காங்க. What's the first one? What's the first one? The water, the mist, the dew on the flower. The moment sun rises, it will evaporate. Right? We will come for satsang, we will listen, we will read. The moment you leave the compound, it will all evaporate. அவ்வளவுதான், கேட்டதெல்லாம் இந்த it's all gone. There's nothing there. When you hear the class, I should do it, I should chant, the moment you step out, it's all evaporated, gone. It doesn't enter our heart. இதயத்துக்குள்ளே போகாது. நிறைய பேருக்கு அப்படித்தான். அப்படியே வருவாங்க, நிறைய டெசிஷன் எடுப்பாங்க, அப்படியே போயிருக்காங்க. What is the second one? Water on the lotus. It is all the time on the lotus leaf, but does it stick to the lotus leaf? The lotus leaf is all the time in the water. Water is also all the time on the lotus leaf, but not a single drop will stick on it. தாமரை இலை வந்து 24 மணி நேரமும் தண்ணிக்குள்ள தான் இருக்கும். அதுக்கு மேலேயும் தண்ணி இருக்கும், ஆனா ஒரு துளி கூட அதுல ஒட்டாது. நான் 20 வருஷமா இஸ்கான்ல இருக்கேன். ஒரு செஞ்சு I'm senior, I'm here for 22 years, I know this Maharaj, I know that Maharaj. I know that Maharaj when he's like lean, ella kadakadaya solluvaanga. Okay la, what happened to you? Nothing. Same person, no change, because it is not penetrating. தீப்பெட்டிக்குள்ள தீக்குச்சி இருந்தா பத்திக்காது, உரசுனாதான் பத்தும். You have seen the matchstick inside a matchbox? You keep the stick inside the box and pack it nicely. Will it get ignited? No. I am in the movement for 20 years. What's it? நிறைய பிரசாதம் சாப்பிட்டோம். No use. You have to act. Then only the stick will get ignited. Then only the stick will get fire. இது second category. அவர் இயக்கத்தில் இருக்காருன்னு சொல்லிட்டு உயர்ந்த பக்தர் அப்படின்னு நினைக்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. Right? Hope I am not hurting anybody. It is said by the acharyas. You can file a suit against them. Right? அப்ப ரெண்டாவது எக்ஸாம்பிள் என்ன? Water on the lotus leaf. It is there permanently, but not a single drop sticks to the leaf. And what's the third category? Water inside the shell. Just a drop of water goes inside the seashell, and it remains for years and years and years. And one day when you open it, it turns into a beautiful pearl. அந்த தண்ணி துளி வந்து அந்த சிப்பிக்குள்ள வருஷக்கணக்கா இருந்து ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஓபன் பண்ணும்போது அது அழகான முத்தா மாறிடும். So the messages which we hear, it should go deep inside our heart. இதயத்துக்குள்ள போய் அதை பத்தியே நிரந்தரமாக நினைச்சுக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும். Slowly one day the message will fruit. It will turn into a beautiful pearl, alagana mutta maru, that will reflect in that person's character. That's why we are here. We are all, with all sorts of dirt. Romba adukalla ulla irukku, right? Our mind is completely contaminated with millions of thoughts. Kodi kanakla sindanaigalnala adukka irukku nama manasu. We should hear constantly and clean. அப்படியே கேட்டுக்கிட்டே இதை purify பண்ணணும். It's very important. That's why Prabhupada had made this organization. இந்த இயக்கம் அதுக்காக பண்ணியிருக்கார். There is chanting, there is Tulsi Puja, there is Guru Puja, there is classes, இதெல்லாம், then there is prasadam. These are all the elements of this organization. But இப்போ என்னாச்சு, பிரசாதம் எல்லாம் overtake பண்ணிடுச்சு பாக்கி எல்லாம். Arati, class, everything was overtaken by Prasadam, International Society for Kitchen Consciousness. Welcome. Right? But that's anyway. So, we have to be very sincere and the message should penetrate. So, in this shloka, Prabhupada is discussing about renunciation. Tyagatta patti alaga sollittukar. And I was giving the example of Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri was the first acharya in our sampradaya to speak about love of Godhead. Krishna prematta patti pesna mudal acharya yaru? Madhavendra Puri. Till that time, acharyas were speaking only about liberation. அது வரைக்கும் ஆச்சாரியர்கள் முக்தியை பத்தி மோட்சத்தை பத்தி மட்டும்தான் பேசினாங்க. Madhavendra Puri was the first person to speak about Krishna Prema. Krishna Prematta பத்தி நம்ம இயக்கம் மற்ற இயக்கங்கத்துல இருந்து இருக்கிற வித்தியாசமும் இதுதான். Many organizations speaks about liberation, but nobody speak about love of God. கடவுள் கிட்ட இருக்கிற பிரேமையை பத்தி அந்த அன்பை பத்தி யாருமே பேசினது கிடையாது. The first acharya is Madhavendra Puri, and he was the spiritual master for Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu. Advaita Acharyakum Nityananda Prabhukum Aanmeega Guruve avarthaan. He will sit on the bank of Yamuna and continuously chant. And his chanting was so deep, he will forget about food and sleep. உணவை பத்தியும் தூக்கத்தை பத்தியும் மறந்து போய் உட்கார்ந்து நாமம் ஜபம் பண்ணுவார். His chanting was so deep, he can't move away from chanting. He will be completely engrossed. His mind, his consciousness, everything will be deep inside chanting, and he will enjoy, and tears will be flowing, hairs will stand on his end, and his clothes will get wet with tears. So deeply chanting. அவ்வளவு ஆழமா ஜபம் பண்ணுவார். உணவு உறக்கம் இதெல்லாம் மறந்துட்டு கண்ணீர்னால தன் உடையெல்லாம் கழுவி அப்படியே சாண்டிங் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பார். So deep, and the sun will be scorching, there will be rain, he will not move away. மழை பெய்யும், பயங்கரமா வெயில் அடிக்கும், எந்திரிச்சு போக மாட்டார். He just loves chanting and he will be continuing chanting. ஆனந்தத்தினால் அப்படியே கண்டினியூ, வெயிலெல்லாம் அடிச்சுட்டு ஒரு மழை பெய்யும், அப்படியே he will be chanting. And the Lord used to feel bad. Krishna will feel bad. பகவானுக்கே சங்கடம் வந்துடும். Krishna will come. He said, why don't you eat something? ஏதாவது சாப்பிட வேண்டியது தானே. Somebody has to remind him. அவரை ஞாபகப்படுத்தணும். பிரசாதம் சாப்பிடணும்னா, ரெஸ்ட் எடுக்கணும்னா ஞாபகப்படுத்தணும், அப்பதான் அவர் செய்வார். You know, if you remind him, he will do. Such a wonderful person. Anybody who sees him, immediately they will develop renunciation. யாராவது அவரை பார்த்துட்டாங்கன்னா மனதுக்குள்ள தியாகம் வந்துடும். The moment they see Madhavendra Puri, they feel like, I should also give up attachment. I should also give up attachment towards money and family. I should also be a sannyasi. Anybody who sees him, they will immediately think about renunciation. அவரை யாரெல்லாம் பார்க்கறாங்களோ அவங்க மனதுக்குள்ள தியாக மனப்பான்மை வளர்ந்துகிட்டே இருக்கும். Right? When you see somebody, you will get influenced by that person. யாரை பார்க்கறமோ அவருடைய ஈடுபாடு நம்ம மனதில் இருக்கும். You see someone and you feel like, I should also dress like him, yeah. I should also be like him, you know. That thing influences very deeply. The moment people see Madhavendra Puri, renunciation just sprouts out. யாரெல்லாம் பார்க்கறாங்களோ உடனே அவங்க தியாகத்தை பத்தி நினைக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிருவாங்க. Right? And men mostly they have this attitude. ஆண்களுக்கு வந்து இந்த மனப்பான்மை இருக்கு. When they be with sannyasis, when they be with great acharyas for a long time, renunciation slowly develops. அந்த தியாகம் அவங்க மனதுக்குள்ள அப்படியே வளர்ந்துட்டே இருக்கும். But it is comparatively lesser for Matajis. பெண்களுக்கு வந்து அது வந்து கம்பேரிட்டிவா கொஞ்சம் கம்மி. That's why Matajis are not given sannyas. பெண்களுக்கு வந்து என்ன கொடுக்கல, சந்நியாசம் கொடுக்கல. Imagine if Matajis are given sannyas and they are given saffron dress. அவங்களுக்கு வந்து சந்நியாசம் கொடுத்து காவி உடை கொடுத்தா கீழே பூரா கோல்டன் பார்டர் வச்சு தச்சுவாங்க. The saffron dress. Right? So anybody who sees Madhavendra Puri, automatically renunciation sprouts in them. அப்படியே தியாக மனப்பான்மை அவங்க இதயத்துல வந்துடும். And Madhavendra Puri once walked towards Navadvip. ஒரு தடவை அவர் நடந்து போகும்போது Advaitacharya with his children, நிறைய குழந்தைகள் அவருக்கு Advaitacharya, he heard this pure chanting. அந்த பரிசுத்தமான chanting Advaitacharya கேட்டார். Then he saw Advaitacharya's one son is a Mayavadi. Advaitacharyaருடைய குழந்தைகள்ல ஒருத்தர் வந்து மாயாவதி. He doesn't chant God's name. கடவுளோட பேர்லாம் chant பண்ண மாட்டாரு. But when he heard Madhavendra Puri chanting, unknowingly he also started chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, chant. Then again he heard, again he started chanting. Unknowingly Advaitacharya's son started chanting. You know, he was a Mayavadi. Then Advaitacharya realized this person is a great saint. The same thing happened with Jagai Madai also. Jagai Madai saw this beautiful ladies dancing and things like that right in front of them. Jagai Madai முன்னாடி இந்த பெண்கள் எல்லாம் ஆடிக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. They were dancing so nicely and both these guys were enjoying the dance. ரெண்டு பேர் அப்படியே இன்ட்ரெஸ்டா பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. That time on the road, Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu was chanting. Haridasru Nityananda Prabhu roadல chant பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. And the ladies were singing something else and unknowingly they started chanting Hare Krishna and dancing. அவங்களுக்கே தெரியாம they started chanting. So the pure devotees influence a lot. ரொம்ப ஆழமா அவங்க வந்து influence பண்ணுவாங்க. Right? So we will be discussing more about Madhavendra Puri in the coming days. Today we will discuss about Madhavendra Puri had 3 prominent disciples. Madhavendra Puriக்கு வந்து 3 உயர்ந்த சீடர்கள் இருந்தாங்க. 3 prominent disciples. One is Ramananda Puri, another one is Ishwara Puri, and the third one is Paramananda Puri. 3 different disciples. And 3 different disciples were entirely different and they proved things. 3 பேருமே வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப வித்தியாசமானவங்க. And they proved different things, right? The first one was Ramananda Puri, a great scholar. Mudal Cedar Vande, Periya Jnani, is a great scholar, Ramananda Puri. You know, and he will find fault as per Shastra in every person he sees. Yara Patalo, Shastra the Pichikate or Putram Kandukipa. Yara Patala, he is conditioned like that. Blindly following Shastra. Paityakar Tanamaga Shastra follow Pandu. And blindly he will be following Shastra. So, in Puranas, there is a beautiful story of two foolish disciples of a Guru. How they were sincerely following Guru. So the Guru told his disciples, come on, let's go on a pilgrimage. You know, put everything in the horse cart, let us go on a pilgrimage. So the disciples collected everything in the cart. You know, all their food items, everything was there in the cart and they were going on a pilgrimage. And suddenly, one item, the Guru's kamandalu dropped from the cart, from the bullock cart, from the horse cart. You know, and the disciples were looking at it and they were walking. They did not pick it up. So the Guru asked, come on, the kamandalu fell from the horse. Why don't you take it up? The disciples, you did not tell us. You know, how can we do something which you have not told? So, okay, take it up. Then they took it up. Then Guru said, whatever falls from the horse cart, you should immediately take it and put it on the horse cart. The disciples said, yes, Gurudev, correct, we will definitely do. Then the horse cart was moving. After some time, the horse passed the stool, dung, you know. Oh, Guruji told, whatever falls from the horse cart, we should immediately take it. You know, they took the dung. Guruji, we have taken it. Oh, idiots. Then he gave a list. Be careful. You should pick up those things, you know, only those things that are from this list. Don't take anything else. He gave a pura list, you know. Kamandalu, umbrella, slipper, food item, bag, everything they gave a list. Pakka. And the disciples were very sincere. Yes, they will follow. Right? Then the horse cart moved. After some time, the horse tripped and the horse fell down and many things fell down from the cart, including Gurudev. Guruji also fell down on the ground, you know. And they were reading the list. Okay, Kamandalu, pick it up. Umbrella, Guru is still lying on the ground. You know, they were picking all these things. And he was lying there. So, Ramananda Puri was that kind of a disciple. You know, he followed Shastra, but he doesn't know the practicality of it. You know, one day he saw Madhavendra Puri was sitting and chanting and tears were flowing down his cheeks and he was crying, and out of ecstasy Madhavendra Puri was chanting Gopi, Gopi, Gopi like that. He envisioned a beautiful Leela of Gopis. Madhavendra Puri saw a Leela. That Leela is a very special Leela. You like to hear what that Leela is? Yeah. Okay. So, Radharani and Lalita, two Sakhis are there, Lalita and Vishaka. Vishaka is very soft, Lalita is very tough, rude she is. You know, she is very tough. Anything that hurts Radharani, she cannot tolerate. So Lalita and Radharani, they are talking about Krishna. We didn't see Krishna for a week. You know, I miss him so much. He pains very deeply. And Radharani is explaining all these things. And they were wondering, it would be nice if Krishna comes now in its dead of the night. And Chak, Krishna appeared there in their room. And they got shocked, you know, why you came, you know. My mother-in-law, Jyotila, Kutila, sister-in-law, they will listen. You know, it will be a big problem. Come on, go. And Krishna said, what is this? You people are calling me, and when I come, you are chasing me. What kind of devotion is this, you know? And Krishna was not leaving, and they said, no, you leave. And they were talking. Radharani's sister-in-law heard the new voice. She started knocking. Who's there in the house? I can hear a male voice. So Radharani said, no, nobody, no, only myself and Lalita, we are talking and no one. And sister-in-law went and brought mother-in-law. You know, she's a pakka Gujarati Mataji, like a drum she is. I said, Radhe, open the door. You know, open the door. I can hear Krishna's voice. You open the door, open the door. They did not know what to do. So Lalita Devi came, took Krishna and threw him out of the window. She just threw him out of the window, and you know, but somehow Krishna left the flute there. You know, it was there, and he just flying out of the window. Then they opened the door, and Jyotila, Kutila, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, they came inside and they were looking for Krishna. I know he's there, you know, I heard his voice, definitely he's there, these people are lying. And Krishna's not there. Then the mother-in-law took the flute. Then how come this is here? You know, if Krishna was not here, how come the flute is there? Then Lalita just bluffed. Flute! The flute, it just rained from the sky. What? The flute just rained from the sky. Once again, the flute just rained from the sky. Show me how it comes. You know? Then, when the mother-in-law and sister-in-law, they opened the door, there's a beautiful shower of rains, and there are all flutes hanging and coming down, millions of them. And Krishna was standing up in the tree and smiling. And Madhavendra Puri envisioned this dream. Then he started crying and saying, Gopis and Gopis, what a loud it is. At that time, Ramananda Puri came. He said, it is explained in the Shastra to chant Hare Krishna. Why is my Gurudev chanting Gopis? Nowhere in the Shastras it is mentioned that you should chant Gopis' name. Why is he chanting Gopis' name? It is completely bad. So he went and told Guruji, stop chanting Gopi's name. It is against Shastra. You are supposed to chant Krishna's name. You know, Madhavendra Puri got completely, he was so deep in ecstasy, so deep in Ananda, he got completely angry and he cursed him. You know, you will lose the taste of bhakti. It is very important. You know, when a devotee is doing something, and if we don't understand, never judge the devotee, never pass a comment. You can go and inquire from him humbly, Prabhuji, why are you doing this? I have never heard about this. Can you explain to me why are you doing this? Apart from that, never judge a person mentally. It is very important. Because we are conditioned like that. The moment we see something, immediately we judge. Oh, he is good, he is not good. He is intelligent, he is not intelligent. He is rich, he is poor. Immediately we judge and we lose the taste of chanting Krishna's name. Because our devotion is in other devotees' hand. We have many devotees here, right? Is there a single devotee who has come into devotional life because of Achintya Veda Abheda Tattva? Is there any devotee? Yes, I love that philosophy so much. Is there anyone like that who had become a devotee because of Achintya Veda Abheda Tattva? No. Till this day we have not understood it properly. Right? Nobody had become devotee because of this philosophy. We are all devotees because devotees are around us. Somebody showed you the first day, the first day, someone came in your life and said, buy a book. Somebody came and gave prasadam, come on Prabhu, please take this. Or somebody caught your hand and brought to this temple, and that person was sent by Paramatma in our life. He did not appear just like that. Maybe he would have left Krishna consciousness, but that arrangement, you know, is there anyone here, all of a sudden like Buddha, I was sleeping and a coconut fell on my head and I became a devotee? Is there anyone like that? No. Some devotees would have taken pain. We would have argued with them. We would have irritated them. We would have asked millions of questions to them. And they patiently, Prabhuji, everything will be fine. Prabhuji, please come for the program. They would have done the babysitting job. And that person was sent by Vartama Pradarshaka Guru. The first person who showed us Krishna consciousness was sent by Krishna. Paramatma had sent him. in our life. That's why we are devotees. And Krishna sees devotion beyond rules. He sees devotion completely beyond rules. When Krishna and all the friends were going to Mathura, all the boys, they were all going to Mathura and they were looking at nice things in Mathura, silk curtains and turbans and dresses and food, meat, that sweet meats, everything. And the boys were so thrilled. And when Krishna was walking by, a young girl came, but she was hunchback. She was hunchback like this, and she had a beautiful golden pot with full of sandalwood paste. And she's a prostitute. She is a dasi from Kamsa's palace. Imagine you're walking in the street and all of a sudden a prostitute comes and catches your hand and drags you. How do you feel? You'll feel good? That too, you're walking with your wife and children and things like that. Like Prabhuji is walking with his family and suddenly a prostitute comes and drags. How Prabhu will be? His color and all will change, he will blush. So, the prostitute Kubja, she came and she got a beautiful pot and she's hunchback and she took the sandalwood paste and she started applying on Krishna's face, and Krishna was like blushing, and all the Gopas standing behind Krishna, they were, look at them. They were all making fun of him because this lady is coming and catching, and they were all, they were doing this. Then Krishna was also shy, right? And she applied sandalwood paste so lovingly to the Lord. Then the Lord just put his toe on her feet and lifted her like that. The moment Lord touched her, her hunch became straight and butterflies were flying. She became beautiful. She became like a golden molten, if you melt gold, she was like molten gold. She was shining. And she was also blushing like that. And see, Krishna accepted her. Now the question is, if a prostitute comes here and tells, Prabhuji, I would like to do arati for Krishna, will we allow? Will we allow? She's not initiated, she may not do this, will we allow? So we mostly go by rules. That doesn't mean we shouldn't follow rules. We are supposed to follow rules. Prabhupada gave this. But then, sometimes Krishna sees beyond the rules. He goes beyond the rules. She was a prostitute and Krishna personally accepted everything from her because she had real devotion at heart. So it is very important for us, in the span when we serve Krishna, it is our responsibility to develop a personal relation with Krishna. Each one of us, we are supposed to develop a personal relation with Krishna. And if we don't develop that relation, slowly there will be vacuum in our heart. A kind of vacuum will be created. After 10 years, 15 years, externally we will be considered as senior devotees, but internally there is no love for Krishna. There will be a vacuum and slowly we will turn into some dry philosophy. It is a danger. Many senior members of ISKCON, they leave the organization because there is a vacuum in their heart. It is our responsibility from day one, we should develop a relation with the Supreme Lord. And we should do that. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the beautiful example of Narsimhananda Brahmachari is given. Such a wonderful devotee, his sadhana will be very nice, chanting Krishna's name very nicely, serving Krishna. The moment he sees Krishna seva, he runs and he grabs it. He likes to do that seva. It is spontaneous. There was no need for a third person to come and tell him, there is a seva, please go and do it. It happens to us. Somebody has to come and tell, come on Prabhuji, please do some seva. No Prabhu, I am little busy. My selfishness always interferes in the seva. This example which I'm going to tell, I saw physically, literally with my own eyes. There was a devotee, he was serving prasad to everybody. that was like a Janmashtami day. Huge crowd and devotees were standing in queue, huge queue. And this Prabhuji is serving prasad, and he was little scared, whether I will get something or everything will get over. And there is nice rasagulla, there is ice creams, there is dessert, there is mango shake, blah blah. And the devotee is not serving properly because there is a fear, I may lose prasad, I may not get it. So he was like dropping little bit. And Prabhuji, come on, please give little more. Arey, this is prasad, this is not eating competition, okay? Eat little. This is prasad. He was dropping little by little. Prabhuji, two puri, there is no enough sabji, enough, eat little. He was completely disturbed, he was restless. Then another devotee came and told, Prabhuji, I have reserved our plate. You kept on? Yeah, 2 plates I have kept. You put rasagulla also? Yeah, two rasagullas I have kept. Immediately this devotee completely transformed, Prabhuji, come on, take. No, I don't want so much. Prabhuji, Krishna Prasad, come on, eat. He was serving so much. Right? So was he doing real devotional seva or devotionless seva? Which seva is doing? Devotionless seva. Right? It happens in our life. Many times we do things but there is no devotion. We forget the connection. Somewhere we lose the link. Prabhupada said the missing link. We just do it mechanically. And we turn into beautiful cook. Some people turn into beautiful kirtans, leaders. Some people turn into beautiful preachers. Some people turn into beautiful manager. But we forget to turn into beautiful devotee. That one person is very important. That one thing, that connection. And he will convert the whole situation. Prabhupada in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, he said, if I can make 1% Krishna consciousness, I consider my mission to be successful. That one man can make a big change. Like this tiny mosquito, it can disturb our whole sleep. You come to India, Mayapur, you can see these helicopters. One tiny stupid thing, compare your size and the mosquito size. It is not, you can just by a blow, you can kill them. That tiny stupid chota fellow, he will come and spoil our whole good night's sleep. And he's very intelligent also. In the daytime, he doesn't make any sound, Daytime mosquitoes don't make a sound. And in the night, he will be sleeping peacefully. They will come and try to inject and suck blood. Because you are sleeping without any movement, the blood flows in the nerves, in a very mild way. And this guy is trying to inject and he doesn't get blood. Very intelligent fellow. He will come and make noise. And immediately he will turn, the blood will gush, he will drink and go. So intelligent. Right? So this one small insect can control our whole sleep. In the same way, sometimes our children, they decide what we should do and what we should not do. One chota fellow, he can't walk also properly. Right? He decides whether we should sit in the class or not. You will be sitting in the class and he will start doing crying. Then you will be forced to take him out. You want to go to Mayapur, you have to wait for his vacation. Everything is controlled by the 2.5-year fellow, Right? So one person can change the whole thing. Imagine if we become devotees truthfully, we can bring a terrific change. That's what the acharyas are doing. Whatever you constantly meditate upon, that appears in your life. Right? And in Ramayana, Vibhishana is explained. Vibhishana was feeling very sad because his brother Ravana got killed. Many of his relatives, his own children, his brothers, his nephews, his cousins, his gurus and childhood friends, all the Rakshasas were ruthlessly killed in the battle, And Vibhishana could see the heads of Rakshasas rolling on the ground. There were piles of hands, thighs, armlets, ornaments. And the blood was flowing like a river and mixing into the ocean. And ocean turned into red. Then Vibhishana said, somehow I became the reason. I left Ravana, came and joined Ram, and I became the reason for this massive massacre killing. And he was feeling so bad. Then Lord Ramchandra came, he was flowing with love, hairs all up to the shoulders and long hands up to the knees, with so much of love and affection, with such a compassion. Lord Ramchandra embraced Vibhishna and put him towards his heart and said, Vibhishna, don't feel bad. It was my master plan to take you away from Lanka, because you are such a wonderful devotee. You were one person, such a devoted person. Because of you, I could not uproot a blade of Lanka, because you were living there. Because of one devotee like you, I couldn't harm even a grass in Lanka. So it was my master plan to take you out of Lanka so that I can attack Lanka. One devotee, Vibhishana, he made the difference. Because of him, everything got changed in Lanka. Right? So, anyway we are in Krishna consciousness. Do we have a plan? Okay, Prabhuji, I will be a devotee. After 20 years I will retire from devotional life. Anybody has got a plan of retirement? I will stop. I will do all this, but at the age of 60 I will stop chanting. Anybody has got a plan? We want to be devotee till the last breath of our life. Then let us take it up seriously. Let us take it up very seriously. Right? What Maharaj, his name was Guru Prasad Swami, he told me, Maharaj was smoking. He used to smoke cigarettes, Even after joining Hare Krishna movement, he was still smoking. He was a brahmachari dress, but he was smoking. The Westerners, all of a sudden, one day they can't drop all these things, And most of these sannyasis, they came, they saw Prabhupada, shaved and joined. Many devotees like that. Morning they came to Hare Krishna, saw Prabhupada ji, afternoon they shaved and they joined, evening full-time devotee. For us it sometimes takes 10 years. Still we will be beating around the bush. Right? Many of them. Lokanath Maharaj, for example, he came for the Pandal program, attended 7 days. 8th day he was going to college with his school bag, college bag with all the books. Then he saw where are the Hare Krishna people? They have moved to Vrindavan. He took a train through the back in Narmada river, went and joined. 1 week. Many sannyasis, many great devotees, Prabhupada, they just came, saw, influenced by Prabhupada, gave away their life just like that. Guru Prasad Maharaj joined. He left everything but not smoking. So in between he will go out of the temple. Go to this gully, that lane, this lane, small street inside. Smoke and finish it so fast so that nobody will locate him or something. He'll come back to the temple like that. So one day he was smoking, Taman Krishna Maharaj passed by. And he saw this man was smoking fast. And he said, anyway you are not happy smoking. Why you want to do something which you are not making you happy? You are scared so much, you want to hide it from others so much, and are you really smoking? It is just a mental feeling, okay, I should smoke. That's all, you are not. Then why you want to do something which you are not happy with? Just leave it. That was the last time he smoked in life. Just came down. In the same way, Janaki Mataji, Prabhupada, initially he was preaching, he had a big bottle, jar of, all rasagullas, gulab jamun, all that nicely. The devotees will come for the program and they are not even devotees, they are just newcomers. They will put their hands, eat rasgulla. They put again. Imagine if we do like that. Now we will say, no, this is offense, you should not do and all that. That doesn't mean we have to practice all that. But these people, they don't know. She came and dropped her hand and took and ate gulab jamun. Again she will drop and the jar will get empty. Prabhupada will fill it again. Again it will get empty. Many people simply came to eat these gulab jamuns. Then one day Prabhupada was making gulab jamun and this Mataji Jane, she came. Said, Swamiji, can I help you? And Prabhupada said, why not? Come help her. And she was, mixing the dough, smoking. And she doesn't know. You're not supposed to smoke. She was smoking and she's mixing. She was smoking and smoking. And Prabhupada came and took the thing from her finger and he threw it and said, go wash your hands and come. And she washed. Said, Lord is purest and He will accept only pure things. He did not say, go and, you should stop smoking. These are the 4 regulative principles. He did not say. He just said, Krishna is very pure. And if you are pure, Krishna will accept. That was the last time she smoked in life. Right? So devotion, Jesus told to His preachers, preach the whole day, but not speak a word. How to preach? You are supposed to preach the whole day, but don't speak a word. So devotion is in character. It's in our behavior. It's in our heart. And automatically it reflects in our life. So the real renunciation, the real devotion, all should sprout from the heart. Okay? Yes. Thank you very much. Any questions? So the following days we will be continuing with Madhavendra Puri and his disciples and different instructions. Any questions? Any comments? Yes, Prabhu.
Telling about
Ramananda Puri. Okay, I thought I will continue tomorrow. Yes. So Ramananda Puri, he was very judgmental. Anything he sees, immediately he will start judging within his head. This is a disease of many of our devotees. Even it's with us. I get up for Mangalarti and the other devotee doesn't get up. Look at him. He's not doing it. Prabhupada said you should get up for Mangalarti. For anything we will catch Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, whenever we are getting defeated, we will get Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, we need support. I am not thinking that this devotee is missing Mangalarti. I am feeling this because I have to get up and this follows with me. Many times it happens. We are very judgmental. He is a good devotee, he is a bad devotee, he is educated, he is not educated. The moment we see a devotee, immediately on ECG, X-ray, scan, everything goes inside our head. When we smile also, we are very artificial, very duplicitous. Hare Krishna Prabhu. There's a double face, It should come real. That we should win over that duplicitous nature. It is again and again spoiling our devotion. Every time it spoils. But lifeless thing we respect. All the puja paraphernalia, all the arati stand, everything we respect so much. We put it on our head, we bow down, conchal, we respect. But these are a lively people serving Krishna. This is lifeless thing serving Krishna. If we can respect these things so much, how much we should respect a person who is carrying Krishna in his hand and serving. Very important. We become very judgmental. We think like this, we think like that. We spoil the whole thing. So Ramananda Puri became like that. And Madhavendra, why is my disciple like this? Why can't he understand properly? Why is he not respecting Krishna consciousness? Why is he commenting on everything? The moment Madhavendra Puri thought like that, Ramananda Puri lost the taste. He lost the taste. Then he was chanting Hare Krishna, there is no more taste, no rasa. It became mechanical. We also have felt many times, it is just mechanical. Somehow we want to finish the 16 over, back. Say, it just becomes mechanical. But when you go to Mayapur and Vrindavan, we chant, we love chanting. Sometimes we chant more. We chant more. And that happens in Harinam Kirtan. We purely chant, we love chanting. We sit and chant and we enjoy, That's the only place where there is no jealousy. For example, Prabhuji is running a big textile shop. Imagine, he's got a big textile shop. Flourishing, very big sale, so much of things. And one day, Prabhuji's own brother started a textile shop next to him. Will he be happy? Will you be happy too? No? His own brother lived with him for last 40 years, 30 years, grew up in the same house, shared the same bed, shared food, shared everything. He's just a part of him. He came and started a textile shop next to him. Will he be happy? Will he be happy? In this material world, anything we do, immediately we become judgmental. And only in Harinam Kirtan, we bypass that. We sit and sing bhajan, we jump and dance bhajan. One devotee is coming and joining. Will you be happy or not? Yes. Only in the chanting of holy name, we like company. In all other things, we hate when people come close to us. Only in the chanting of Krishna's name. That's the only place. So we should do it sincerely. We should do it purely. And Ramananda Puri lost the taste of it. He lost. He became a dry philosopher. Then people started hating. Nobody loved his company. We will become like that. We will start hating his company. Come on, yeah. The moment he comes, he speaks bad about Prabhupada, bad about his God, bad about Guru, bad. You feel. Have you met devotees like people like that? They become so irritated, we don't feel very comfortable. We go back to our relatives also sometimes, they are not devotees of Krishna. They will be speaking all blah 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 things. You'll be, oh that is the Chin temple, everything will pain. Oh my God, stop man. So Ramananda Puri became like that. Paramananda Puri was from a very humble background. Very simple person, not a great philosopher, but he will do everything what his Guruji said, right? So I'll explain that later on. He was such a wonderful devotee, Paramananda Puri. Ramananda Puri is a person who spoke against Guru. Paramananda Puri, such a wonderful devotee. Lord Chaitanya came and he dug a well for him. And he said, whoever drinks water from Paramananda Puri's well, it is next to Jagannath Puri temple, they will immediately get Krishna Prema, because Paramananda Puri is the treasurer of love of Godhead. He was not a great Pandit, not a great scholar, not great of anything. He simply served his Guru. He doesn't have the duplicitous mind. He will accept as it is. So he became lover of God. And Ishwara Puri also, he has got a special quality. He became the spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya. So these three disciples of Madhavendra Puri teach three different things. We will be continuing it very much. Any other question? Okay. Is Ramananda Puri or Ramachandra Puri? Okay, confusion. Ramachandra Puri? Okay, I missed the name. Not Ramananda Puri, Ramachandra Puri. I'm not sure. I forgot the name. Not sure whether it is Ramananda Puri or Ramachandra. Anything else? Any other question? Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.